Blog Talk Radio.
Chasing money or chasing a dream. I ride with my niggas, they riding for me. We playing to win and we planning it out. We making our moves and we making them count. We going overtime, we do not play the tie. In it to win, cruising on overdrive. Man, I feel so alive, created for this. Hands in the air, you created for this. We shoot for the stars, but my shooters don't miss. I ride with my team and my team a dream chaser. Been working all night to be getting this paper. 24/7, my city don't sleep. I've been going in every day of the week. We going overtime. We gotta stay alive, we waited for this, we go with suicide. This time ready to die, created for this. Hands in the air, you created for this. We shoot for the stars, but my shooters don't miss. I ride with my team and my team a dream chaser. Been working all night to be getting this paper. 24/7, my city don't sleep. I think over.
Welcome to another episode of Omnipresence Media Podcast on Block Talk Radio. Catch us on Chem West. We're also on iTunes. Look up Omnipresence Media and you'll find us right on your iPhone. So thank you so much to all of our wonderful, amazing listeners and people who download our show and share it. I'm really thankful for that. So much going on in the world. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful, sunny, nice day with family and friends. So much love out here. So I'm thankful that you are checking out our podcast. Thank you for following me. Have a lot of new followers on my Instagram. Shout out to all my Instagram followers that just came on board. Check out my Instagram at VICKENSMOSCOVA. And that's the same thing for Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Amazing. Thousands of followers. Thank you guys so much for the social media. Today, as you know, we have a really amazing guest from a Bravo TV show that's coming up called Married to Medicine. You can check out her Twitter at official Genise. Currently, right now, she's filming a new season for Bravo TV, Married to Medicine, and it will air this summer. So look out for that. She's a fitness competition model. She's coming out with her own fitness swimwear line, so that's going to be amazing. I know you ladies are going to want to check that out. Guys are going to want to buy that for their ladies. She's also a top realtor in Atlanta with her also a hairline. So this woman is an entrepreneur, but that hasn't held her back from taking care and looking out for children, of which she's taking care of 6 as a mother. So, doing a business thing, traveling, doing a TV thing, and taking care of home, which is not always seen, especially these days. Her husband, who's also on the show, was left as a widow when his wife died from cancer. So that's how she had 3 more kids to take care of, and she valiantly took that on. So she met him, takes care of them, and serves them all, and she parents them in a way that keeps the presence of their mother in the forefront, which is quite special. Genise, are you there on the line with us?
I am. Thank you so much for having me. How are you today?
So very well. Thank you. for people that may not know a bit about your background, I know I mentioned a little bit. What would you like to let them know about you?
Oh, my goodness, there's so much. Well, I'm originally from Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago. Absolutely love the city. And I went to school in Michigan, did my undergrad in Michigan, and I moved to Atlanta. And I was working originally for Turner Broadcasting there, and then my mother had a stroke back in 2006, and I had to relocate my mother from Chicago to Atlanta so that I can care for her. And at the time, I couldn't find reliable transportation to take my mother to and from the hospital, because at that particular point, I was working as the director of admissions for a technical college here in Atlanta. So I was working 12, 13 hours a day and didn't have reliable transportation for my mom. So I came up with the concept of creating a non-emergency transportation company, and I did that for a while. And then I got into real estate and met my husband, and at that time, decided to come into the office and just kind of brainstorm and create some new interventions for the office and practice, and did that for a while. And now here I am. So now I'm definitely excited about season 4, Married to Medicine. And as you mentioned earlier, I am a pro fitness competitor. And I have 6 beautiful, amazing children that I absolutely love of my life. My husband is an amazing supporter. He's an awesome husband and my best friend. So right now, I am truly living my life like it's golden. And I'm so happy, and I'm blessed. And I just feel so honored to be speaking with you this morning about myself and the opportunities that have been presented to me. So thank you again so much.
Oh, really my pleasure. That's amazing work that you've been responsible for. What's your most rewarding experience in all the businesses that you do as far as helping out the community?
Well, to be honest with you, my biggest success, my biggest accomplishment is how I measure myself is the success of my children. That is truly how I identify my success. When my children are doing well, when they have good grades, and when they are, have character and integrity. I always preach to my children about integrity and character. It's not what you do in front of eyes, it's what you do behind eyes, behind closed doors. Is that's where your true character is developed and created. So everything that I do outside of my household, that's great. But my true success and how I measure is success of my family and my children, making sure that I'm raising them to be reputable and God-fearing. And, my children one day are going to be mothers and husbands and wives. And I have to make sure that I instill everything that I can in them to make sure that they're a success. So that is my greatest accomplishment, is being a mother and a wife.
Oh, that's amazing. That's true, because the community and the world starts at home. So that's very great
Absolutely.
that you're able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
No doubt. So we hear that you're working on filming a Bravo TV episode. How are you able to manage that and being at home? Do you integrate everything, or is it difficult, or is it more challenging?
Lord have mercy. Well, let me tell you about that. That has been Bravo, and filming has been such an experience. Oh my goodness, like the women have so much personality, and they totally keep you on your toes, and it is definitely demanding. It is so demanding, but I enjoy it, and I definitely try to incorporate every aspect of my life into it. So, they actually film my children, so my children love it. My husband is a huge part of it. So we definitely try to incorporate it within our everyday lifestyle, and it's a reality TV show. So I'm like, this is how I live my life. This is me, that you have to love me and accept me for everything that I have, So they actually showcase all of that, pretty much just living your normal day life and things that you experience and go through, whether it's with your marriage, your family, your girlfriend, and it's just showcased on national television. So we just really try to incorporate that within our everyday routine. And one thing about my husband and I, because we have so much stuff going on, we really want to make sure that we find that quality time with one another, really spending that time together. Because, again, if the head isn't right, the body's going to fall to the wayside. So it's really important that, we have our date nights. And if we can't have our date nights, we try to grab lunch together, to grab some coffee in the morning, just so we can kind of unwind and say, whoop-ah, away from the kids, away from everything. So that's how we really try to manage, is making sure that we're together, we're tight, and we're in sync so that everything else can flow efficiently.
Right, right. Was it difficult to take in, three new personalities and to treat them as their own? I mean, how did you manage that? There's a lot of broken households in America with the divorce rate being so high. It's fortunate that you guys could come together so greatly. I guess, how were you able to get past the kids? Where I guess they probably were just open.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not easy. And anybody who says that it's easy trying to blend a family is not being honest, because it's not easy. You definitely have your challenges. You definitely do. But it has to take two parents that have respect for one another and that can speak to one another freely and openly about their feelings, because it's new and it's challenging. And for me, I didn't have anybody that I can go to and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you blend this family? What do you do with this? We had to kind of like learn in trial and error. So the fact that, I can really talk to him about my feelings, and so as he, and we really had that friendship from the very beginning, I think that really helped. And, people have to be real within themselves. When you're having a blended family, you fall in love with that person. You don't fall in love with those kids initially. It takes time to fall in love with someone else's child, but that initial love comes from that person that you fell in love with. And because you love that person so much, then quite naturally you fall in love with the children as well. But it was difficult, but like I said, having God in the center and really having that great relationship with my husband, we were able to really overcome some challenges. And I think that the biggest challenges that we faced, it wasn't just so much blending our family, it was the outside people, outside friends, outside, not even quote unquote friends, family members that always had something to say. And my thing is that if you're not here taking care of my children, if you're not putting food in their mouth and a roof over their head, then you need to keep your opinions to yourself. So we really focus on that. And my situation is a little different because, as you mentioned earlier, my husband's former wife passed away. So that right there in itself, my children were very small when I came into their lives. So from the very beginning, I'm like, there is no stepchildren. There's no stepchildren. There's no stepmama. There's no stepdaddy. We are all one. And I make sure that my children know how special they are, because they have a mother in heaven that is looking down on them and watching over them. And they have a mom right here on earth that loves them and protects them and do the same for them. And even though my blood doesn't run through them, my spirit and my soul does. So there is no one can ever tell me that those aren't my children. Those are my babies. So, so with that, staying focused on that and giving them that love and attention and never showing difference with my kids, that definitely has had a huge impact in our success to build a strong, structured family.
Oh, wow. And you're definitely being a prime example for those that will be able to see your show as far as how to, come up with solutions to these new problems that arise. As people around the U.S., try to figure out how we can come back, especially African American or Black families as well.
Right.
What's your target market? Are you targeting a certain market, or who are you looking to reach and impact with your show?
That's open. I'm willing to reach anyone that's willing to listen, to hear my story, anyone that can learn something from my experiences, because if I can show someone and help them prevent some of the mistakes or trials that we've gone through, then it's open for anyone. And that's so important for Married to Medicine, and why my husband and I decided to join it, because it's such a major platform. And what I love about Married to Medicine, and to my knowledge, I don't see any other reality show right now that is promoting Black love, Black family, Black marriages. You have 8 couples on the show that are married. You have 8 couples that are married on the show. You have husbands that are being positive role models, not just for their children, but for their community. They're taking care of their family. They love their wives. You have women that are entrepreneurs, that are being strong Black women, that are taking on and supporting their husbands in every aspect of their lives, that love their children, that are uplifting their children. So outside of the drama that happens on reality TV, because of course it's entertainment, so we have to keep the audience entertained, but the bigger mission is more important. The fact that we are uplifting Black families, and we are reuniting Black families and showing the positive role model when it comes down to our Black men. That is what I truly love so much.
Oh, yeah. And when your PR contact me and I finally took the time to read and, check out the information, I could easily see this was something that was fitting for my audience, because it's not just like another loving where, people fighting over a husband or, a boyfriend, or just a bunch of That as a whole look ignorant, which media has been doing a really great job at over the years, so that we can lose respect for ourselves and our forefathers and foremothers.
That's right.
So when a show like yours comes on a Bravo TV, a national stage, it's definitely important for people like me with these platforms to definitely help you spread word about it. Well,
thank you.
The show's coming to an end, but I would really like for you to express how people can reach out to you or connect and follow you anywhere you like.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Well, you guys, as we mentioned earlier, I am a realtor here in Atlanta, so I can definitely be contacted by email, which is gshelton@kw.com. I can also be contacted by Instagram, which is official Genise, Genise, and also on Facebook as well as Genise Shelton. So I'd love to hear from you. Please stay in touch, and let's, keep on moving the ship and continue with this movement.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're definitely keeping this movement going in a positive light. And with families like yours, it'll be easier. So thanks so much for your time, Genise, and
thank you.
Big luck to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And please stay in touch with me.
Will do. I will. Appreciate it. Well, there you have it,
thank
guys.
You. Have a good one.
Well, there you have it, guys. Omnipresence Media bringing to you that amazing flavor and that positive experience that you can see for yourself and experience, especially this summer on Bravo TV with Genise and her show. You can follow her at Genise, at official Genise on Twitter. But thanks so much, everybody. To all my clients and people looking at our website, www.vickensmoscova.com for Moscova Enterprises Social Agency. That's VICKENSMOSCOVA. And there you can see how we are helping the community with our social media agency, as well as we have a new website that's called nationtime.org. It's our own Facebook, Twitter, our own social media site. And there, what we're actually doing differently is giving people stock and ownership in the actual company website itself. So as we develop and get more members, we'll start to be able to give out dividends for the advertising and everything that we're bringing onto the site. Just like how Facebook makes billions of dollars, but we're creating our own. Also, payment gateway system, which a lot of people are working on in Haiti. There's one with the banks and everything. I got a couple of friends that works on. But we have one ourselves. It's called nationtreasury.com, and you can use that just like you use a PayPal or authorize.net, and it's a lot more, I don't want to say lenient, because we have to make sure we're not doing or enabling anything that's negative, but people could go on there and check that out as well. So thanks again for listening, and we will continue to spread the vibes. Tomorrow we have an amazing show coming up, so definitely follow and check that out, and keep spreading love. Peace and love, everybody. Thanks so much. But before we come off the line, I do want to actually spread some information about the Orlando event that recently is going on. I actually had two friends that survived that, so it's kind of surreal. But we definitely have to find ways to stop this violence, people. I don't mean to do a PSA all of a sudden, but it's kind of hitting close to home in a sense. And it's imperative that we figure out a way to stop this violence and people that don't need guns from having them, while also not taking away our rights to have weapons, because it's an amendment. As well as another epidemic that's going on and close to home in the Woodbridge area, is this thing with pills and people ODing. Recently had a friend from high school, my same year, ODing and passed away from that. And it's imperative that people realize that pills and drugs are not a joke, and that we actually do something to not enable people to be so hurt, so hurt that they need something outside themselves to kind of like be happy, or whatever you want to call it. But basically, what I'm trying to say here is that you know, we have to find new ways to find comfort, or ways that aren't so hurting to our health, because people are dying every day, and it's like a whole generation is being displaced. So thank you so much for everyone listening. Positive vibes, but let's do better and be better role models and examples. So peace and love. Take care.